Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Geer number 1 from Sandra Strait, also known as MoLossus. I hope I pronounced that right, or at least close. Okay. Sandra has a good number of steampunk genre. She has a steampunk series, it looks like. In the description section, you will find a link to the step outs. When you click on that, then you can click on the Life Imitates Doodles, which will take you back to her blog, and then you can kind of sort around to find more of her tangles if you are interested in the steampunk genre. And also, if you are, we just had our Steampunkapalooza sessions today, and if you're interested in such a thing, well, it'll probably be next year that we do it, but you can always get the replays. All right, so this starts with an orb in the center of wherever you want it. And then, what's nice is it's like, so a lot of times I fight in my brain with, is this how to draw a fill in the blank, or is it a tangle? But this, it follows the rules. It's elemental strokes. It's beautiful. So an orb to start off with. And then around that orb, we're going to aura it in sections. So leaving little gaps, and you decide how much of a gap and how much room to leave in between there. And then I just fit as many as will fit around, and don't worry about it. Okay, from here, this part, what I like to do is have an opening towards me, and then I draw a couple lines towards me on from each end, and trying to keep them around the same distance. And what's nice about when you turn it and it's like you're always drawing it in the same direction, then the end result is it seems like it has a nice radiating effect without having to think about anything. There's some other tangles that we do that with where like I'll have seed shapes. It's escaping me. Rhombus, I think, is one. I think. Maybe Waybop. That might have been another one. I kept trying to remember. There's some of those tangles that are just, you're putting seed shapes. And to me, this is the best way to do it. Just always drawing them whichever way you're comfortable with, but move your tile. Don't move your hand. Okay, so from here, we're going to, I'm like, wait a minute. So we did the curves, then did the straight lines, and now we're going to like complete this little shape here. So where there, let's see, how do I want to describe that? Actually, yeah, where there's the bottom, we want to put a top. There we go. We want to put a lid on all of these. And it's just with a nice curve line also. I hate it when I can't think of what I'm thinking of. It's like, words, Heather, words, come on, you can do it. Okay. Like so. Now, what's interesting is you could stop right there if you wanted to. But we won't. We're going to do one more round. This one, we're going to make bigger lines. And so what I looked at is not quite halfway in one. Well, let's make it a little wider. And then come to not quite halfway in this one. And this way, because what I was ending up doing was leaving, again, it doesn't matter, but I was getting them too close together, and that's just the rule that I kind of came up with myself. It's like, well, I like how it turns out when I do it this way. You can play and come up with your own. It's all good. But these ones, as you can see, this round is longer. Same idea. We're going to take, whoops, let's do this the way I said. Taking that and making those straight lines towards you from both ends. And if it's not, well, number one, it doesn't have to be straight. And if they're a little wonky, it doesn't matter. Because it is Zentangle after all. Okay, and then For this one, same thing as before. We're going to, find the bottom. We're going to cap the top, put a lid on these, right? Okay, I'm going to totally date myself. If the center was a little bit different, what does this remind you of? Actually, well, let's see. No, it'd have to be maybe more S shapes. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to go look at one of those things for those 45s. Maybe there's another tangle in there. Okay, now, this time it's a little bit different. We're going to put, and it doesn't matter where you start, how many, all of that kind of thing, but we're going to do smaller lines all the way around. And not worrying about anything. Except for maybe keeping them around the same distance from the section below. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now this one, the next step is the same. The last step is going to be different. All right, so same idea, having lines coming from each end. And this is one thing that I did, and I'm glad I did because I didn't notice it until I was really playing with it. And I'm like, oh, now wait. This last step is different. One of these things is not like the other. And I made a little note to alert. Okay. So, on the last step, don't do the same thing you did before. We are not putting a cap on it. We're putting a line where there is no bottom. So we're alternating it like this. So it's just one of those things where it's not the same. It's on the alternate ones. Because you could real easy just continue on. And then you know what? If you do, then you could do as many rounds as you wanted to, as we were doing here, right? Just rinse and repeat and keep going. But this one ends it with an actual, gear type shape. Honestly, you could do this step after that first round if you want to have a smaller gear, which is kind of cool. It's just really, really neat to think about it that way. And that is it. Now, shading. Because this is interesting, because if you did this big enough, you could just, turn it into a reticula all by itself. And, up to you. But let's see. Okay, there. But here's what I'm gonna do. You know what? Actually, let's do something with the pen first. I'm picking a direction. This will be it. And okay, which side? I think I will do this side. And we'll just make it a little thicker, like that. And so then you could kind of do this on this side of things, and it's let's see, I guess I'll go all the way up here. I don't know. See, this is the non-artist just going, well, I've seen this trick and it works really well. And it does. And one thing is you can kind of like pick a side and stick to it. But so it's like I'm holding this steady here and then just, thickening on that one side, and it's just going to change kind of as you go along, right? If that makes any sense. I mean, normally we don't worry about light source or anything. We just do things to make things pop, and it brings life and some dimension to our tangles when we play with the shading. And then there's little extra things like this that we can do that just take it another step. And could extend this all the way out here if you wish. And I'm just basically tracing over carefully the line, so well, sort of. And also, okay, let's just do one more. One thing that I find, we don't, even with this kind of thing, we're adding this extra dimension, and I'm finding that it doesn't necessarily matter how, if we've hit every single little spot that we must hit, to make it convincing and whatnot. It still just works. And it's just really, I find it very neat, and to be able to do this kind of thing. It's just so fun. All right. But like I said, don't stress over it, but that's the general concept of something like that, if you wish to do it. And then let's see, we can have some extra fun. Let's just put some shading. Gosh, because this one is hard, because it's like, yeah, you could just color it in. Because my pencil's right there, and it's wanting to do something right there. I think I have a color mixed in with this. We shall find out. See, that's something else. You could just do parts of this and just kind of make it sketchy. And it works. I'm just using what's left on the Tortillion. Actually, I didn't do it here, but I could have just put it where I put that, where I made it thicker and left it at that. And that works too. It just accentuates it. And that's the magic of shading, is just that, just bringing some extra dimension. It's whatever your tangle tells you should do. Yeah, neat. And I kind of like sometimes, not, I don't want to say not being accurate, but not being accurate. That's the words I have. All right. I think I spent all my words and all my thought processes on our class. Let me just show you what we did. I don't have this tangle in there, but it's just so fun, and maybe inspire you to have fun with making steampunk, or making tangles into steampunk. These are all tangles that we've done on the daily tangle. This is Struts. I forgot the name of that one already. Eerie. And then this is the second one. We have Sea Ibop, Plot, Jewsby, Rain, and Radar Crown. Just a lot of fun. All right. I had to share. All right. Thanks for indulging me. All right. If you enjoyed this, and I hope you have, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. And as I'm talking, I'm like, wait, I need to do more here. Sometimes we just don't know when to stop. Okay. I mentioned the description section where you'll find the links to the step outs. And again, find my link tree if you are interested in doing things. Now, this was a class that had a fee. If you follow me regularly, I mention my Tangle Time sessions where you can come and tangle with all of us in the community, everybody that drops by. And it's free. It's a lot of fun. And that's where we might take a tangle or two and have fun with it. But come and join us. All right. Let's see. Also want to highlight in my link tree our Tangle Addicts community Facebook group. So if you are interested in hanging out with a bunch of crazy tanglers, we would welcome you with open arms and pens uncapped, ready to tangle. We have a lot of fun. So come and join us. There are 4 questions that you must answer in order to gain entry. Just want you to know that. And I think that's it. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.